Yo, what's up, everybody? Episode 73 of the Video Rot. I'm Aaron.
Riverman here. What's going on?
It's another week. We are going to, I don't know. This is going to be kind of a riff episode. I definitely have things I want to talk about, stuff that's been in the news and just stuff on my mind. Kind of maybe acting as a palate cleanse because I know in March we really want to do this Romero month. And I still kind of have to plan it out and figure out what we're going to do. But I think every week should be Romero. And I want to even do a Romero commentary with Zach and Toe, like just for the BTM stuff. And I want to do the big fat old Romero tier list Wheel of Doom episode. And it'll be fun. So unpack my mind. I will.
Yeah, and I'm actually rewatching everything. So this whole catalog I'm rewatching. So it's all fresh, especially some of the stuff that I haven't watched recently. So
yeah, I got a couple things to do homework wise, but I have a 4-day weekend coming up here in a couple days that I'm gonna try and knock out a couple of those things. I think there's 3 I want to watch. I'm not watching Monkey Shines again. I watched that a few years back. I'm good. I remember it pretty well. I still don't like it. That if I have time, if time allows, I'll work in Monkey Shines, but I
so
kind of
Survival of the Dead, you still need to watch that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I guess I do, don't I? Well, that one's going to be a bedtime watch where that'll be like the last thing I'm watching as I'm falling asleep.
Just buy it. You can buy it for like $5 online.
I don't want to own it.
You don't want to own this whole catalog?
No, like you mean digitally or like you can buy the Blu-ray?
Physical.
Like a Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Who put that out?
I don't know.
Write an angry letter.
It's dirt cheap. They were selling them at the Dollar Tree for.
I have a Diary of the Dead on DVD. Oh no, you know what? I got rid of all my DVDs. I don't have it anymore. I used to have Diary of the Dead on DVD. I remember I went to Kmart and I bought that the day it came out. I walked up to the Kmart that was right next to my house, and I remember, I don't know if they came out in the same day, but they were both new. I bought Diary of the Dead, which was brand new, and they at the time had a new release of Night of the Living Dead, the OG. Remember the one with the red lettering and the red cover, the re-release?
Yeah, I have that. Yeah, the Millennium Edition, I think.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore. I got rid of that too. I got rid of all my DVDs, but I bought those both in the same day. And Diary of the Dead came in one of those big like books that had like a book, like a coffee table book inside.
Yeah, I had that. No, you got a Best Buy because that was a Best Buy exclusive. I got the same one. Yeah, it came with like a book of zombie or it's some book or whatever. Yeah, and it had like a slip cover, and you just stuck it in there.
A cardboard slip with the movie in there, and then a big coffee table.
That was a Best Buy exclusive.
Well, then I did get the Night of the Living Dead at Kmart. Then maybe I'm kind of blending them together. But was that a Dimension Extreme?
Yeah,
who put that out?
Dimension Extreme.
I kind of wish I didn't get rid of that.
Well, I mean, you can buy it for cheap now.
The same set, dude.
I like the set. I don't have that set anymore either. So.
Oh, did you get rid of it?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah,
I just have the standard Blu-ray.
Okay, so we all jump ship on it. Remember Night of the Bread? By the way, that's Blaine who said that. Let me highlight your question there, Blaine. I don't use this feature enough.
We need to.
But
I vaguely know what he's talking about. Explain more, Blaine.
Yeah, what is Night of the Bread? And really quick, I'll take this opportunity to say hi to Blaine. I'll say hi to Gamer Guy. I'll say hi to Ishmael. Oh, by the way, I invited Will to be on our George Romero tier list.
Oh, cool. Absolutely.
Will, you've been doing nice things over there on your channel. Much respect. You're going the long form video route, and I wish I had the patience you did. But I want to do that, and I want to get Zach on board to have 4 people to keep it really exciting. But yeah, so what's up, everybody? I want to remind everybody, if you can't read the bottom scroll there, we do this live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And so that's when you can catch us and be a part of it in the flesh. If not, we put up the video the following week because this will be disabled as soon as we're done. And then we put it up in video form the following week, usually Tuesdays. But right now I'm experimenting with putting the previous week's episodes up on Thursdays. So if you're watching this live, that's why the new episode from last week's not out yet, because it'll come out tomorrow. But anyway, it's a great little parody spoof of Night of the Living Dead.
I still want to see that Night of the Living Dead, the animated version that came out.
Oh, yeah.
They were selling that for like $5. I was tempted to get that. I should have gotten that.
And it's just a total remake, just in animated form.
I think so. Yeah.
I want to watch Night of the Living Dead 3D with Sid Haig.
Oh, I remember watching it when it first came out. It was awful, but it's
Yeah.
been like, what, 15, 20 years.
Yeah. No, cool. Well, we're kind of getting Romero month started early with all this Romero jacking off. But yeah, so what else have you been watching, though? I'll tell you what I've been watching real quick. We got into Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Never saw Yellowstone.
I haven't seen it.
And we were just I of course I know Yellowstone, and he's got all those offshoot shows, the Sam Elliott one, and it's got the one that's even further back in the timeline with Harrison Ford, and the only Tyler is this Tyler Sheridan? Is that his name? Tyler Sheridan? Not Taylor, right? It's either Taylor or Tyler. I don't know. But
I
the
think it's
guy,
Tyler.
okay, that guy who does the only show I'd seen of his, because I think he did Boardwalk Empire too back in the day. The only one I've watched is the Stallone show. Which, why can't I think of it? What is it called?
We just talked
Tulsa
about it
King.
last week. Yeah.
Tulsa King. Yeah. So who knows when the second season of that's coming out? Anyway, which I'm just total Stallone fanboy, so I'm gonna like it no matter what. But dude, Yellowstone's kind of the OG of all this stuff, and it's so good, dude. And it blows the Stallone show out of the fucking water.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is coming from a guy. Okay, like it does feel like the same guy, but the Stallone show, it's just not nearly as good as this. The Stallone show I like, but I also really like Stallone, dude. Yellowstone is just another league, man. And I don't like Kevin Costner, but I'm a fan now. He's so damn. That's all it takes is to be a part of something like a project that can just turn you around. But dude, he's so good in it, and the whole cast is awesome in it. And then you have
This is acting top Waterworld.
Waterworld sucks,
I
but
love Waterworld, man.
I hate it. That's not the movie to get me on the Costner train.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Which I've never seen, to be honest with you.
Oh, you need to see that.
I don't like The Bodyguard. I don't like that movie. It's trash. But yeah, and then it's got Cole Hauser. That's a good book. A lot of good battles in that book. Mm-hmm. And he's awesome, dude. They're just all so good. So I'm really stoked. We're just watching it every night. We're like watching 4 episodes, just binging it. So it's really, really, really good. And yeah, I don't think I've watched. I'm gonna look really quick. I might have watched a couple flicks, but we've been so far up that show's ass the last week. I can't really think of anything. But if I go to my log here, I watched Street Kings. I had never seen that David Ayer flick. After watching The Beekeeper, I'm like, oh, let me fill in those David Ayer gaps because I like End of Watch, and I've seen Harsh Times, but Street Kings was really good. I really liked it. He does cop corruption movies. That's pretty much what he does. He started out as a writer. He wrote Training Day, which is a cop corruption movie. Then he went on to direct, and Harsh Times deals with that kind of world as well. And then it's like Hollywood started giving him money to do. He started doing for pay gigs, like that Bright movie on Netflix, which is terrible. He did the first Suicide Squad movie, which is bad. So me and Goat were talking about this in the chat. I think he's got the talent. He just doesn't have the batting average. It's like when he's like jumped into like Hollywood big money territory, it doesn't do him well, man. He needs to just stick to this stuff. But Street Kings has the Reeves in it, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fairly by numbers cop corruption movie, but Keanu is so good in it, and it's really violent. A lot of bang bang shoot 'em up. I like it. I watched Meet the Parents because we had a comedy to watch. So we need to watch. I've never seen it. I never seen any of those.
You've never
movies.
seen it?
No.
I thought the first one was funny.
It's all right. It's fine. I watched Nope though. That was the biggest talking point because this is only the 3rd Jordan Peele movie, and I liked Get Out.
Yeah, I did too.
And I know there's so much hoopla around him because of like the subtext, the political subtext, the racial stuff. I think people make way too much stuff out of that.
Absolutely.
And it's there because he openly talks about it, and that's kind of his thing, right? Like black cast, and that's great, that's fine. But that all that aside, I really, really enjoyed Get Out. I saw that in theaters, and to me, it just played off like a giant Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
It's just like which is cool. Like he's wearing his influences on his sleeves, but it was still refreshing, and it makes total sense when he went on to host that revamp of the Twilight Zone that came later. That was really short lived on the CBS
Yeah.
streamer. But anyway, he did Us next. Hated that movie. Hated it.
I don't remember that one.
That was the second movie. That's the one that you see with the scissors on the cover, and it's got what's her name, Lupita Nyong'o or whatever her name is. And I saw that with my boy Randall in Dublin, and dude, it was trash, dude. I just really didn't like it, and it's very much his style. And it also kind of felt like an episode of Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, that kind of thing, but it just felt so messy to me. It just raised so many questions. I felt there were so many holes in the story. I was just scratching my head a little too much, and I don't know. It didn't do it for me. So it made me think, oh gosh, is this guy a one-hit wonder in my eyes? But I saw Nope finally, and I wasn't in a rush to see Nope because I really didn't like Us. I really didn't like it. Some people love it, so I might be in the minority, but this movie is awesome. I love Nope, dude. So I'm kind of back on board now. Now I'm interested in what he does next.
I still haven't seen Nope, but he's a solid director. I wouldn't consider him great by any means, but he makes some good movies, so I give him credit, man.
Nope is great. Nope is kind of playing to the alien thing. There's some very clear inspirations in this movie, and they were clear to me on the onset when I was watching it, and then I read some interviews after where he literally listed his influences, like, you know what, it's inspired by this, and yeah, 100%. It's this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie, kind of put into a blender and it works really well. And it's still kind of got those Jordan Peele undertones, and there's the racial subtext, like they're kind of attacking that. It's about the film industry. It's about these horse wranglers that would wrangle and work horses on sets, right? And there's a lot of subtext there about black people in the film industry and how they've been kind of their importance in the start of the industry have been scrubbed from history. Like, the point they make in the movie is the first person ever committed to motion film was a black man riding a horse, but that's just been scrubbed away. But anyway, it's about these people that run this business and the whole UFO type thing. But it's really good, and the performances are good. And there's a couple of scenes, dude, that made me feel really uneasy. And it's a longer movie, but it's one of those movies that doesn't feel long. Like, it's north of 2 hours. I don't remember, but it goes by. I was kind of in it the whole damn time. I wasn't distracted, and because I love aliens, dude. I love that. I love that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm trying to think. It's got a great cast, man. What is it? I'm trying to think. Steve Yeun is great. The guy that played Glenn.
Walking Dead, yeah.
He's really. I like Steven Yeun. Here's the thing about The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead sucks now, and it sucked in a way. But I don't hold that against anybody of the cast.
Good cast. Yeah, they had a good cast.
Like, honestly, like, I think Norman Reedus was awesome in Death Stranding, like the game. And I think they're making a Death Stranding movie now. If they don't cast Norman Reedus in the Death Stranding movie, that's like, then what the hell is wrong with this world? He's great, even though he's basically playing like the same guy. He's even got the same. He's like a one note guy, and I like Andrew Lincoln. I like
Rooker. I mean,
all those guys. So, and then Steven Yeun, his stock kind of raised when he did. Sorry, I'll take that comment down. His stock raised when he did that movie Minari, and he was nominated. He was actually nominated for an Academy Award. It was that Academy Awards from like 2 years ago when they were. I hate when they're pandering to the Asian audience, because that was the year of Asian hate, right? A lot of Asian hate crimes.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, then that hashtag was going hardcore, and so, I mean, the committee's gonna pander. Not that they don't deserve it. I was kind of for it, because it's like, you know what, Asian people don't get recognition. We've done this for like African American culture, like, because they did that just a couple years prior, where it's like there was the big uproar about there's not a lot of black people on these lists for Best Picture, Best Actor, and then the next year it was like all they're like, oh, well, we're not racist, and then like everybody on the Best Actor and everybody on the best, it was like 95% black, which is stupid. It's just all politics. It's really dumb. But if they're gonna do that for anybody, the Asian community, man, because I'm a huge fan of Asian cinema. The idea that people of color can't be leading men and women is stupid. I think obviously there's a place for that for Black people. I think they're definitely in the best setting as far as like people of color. But dude, it's yeah, there's like this thing where like they don't ever put Asian people to lead Hollywood movies. Yeah, they've got Hong Kong movies, they got movies in Japan and all that stuff. But 100%, some of those actors are some of my favorite, man. So when Steven Yeun was kind of getting the representation card, I thought it was cool at least. I'm like, whatever, it's gonna help. And they did it with Everywhere, Anywhere, All at Once or whatever. Because I
Yeah.
love Michelle Yeoh, dude. I think she's awesome. I love, you know, she was in like Super Cop sequels back in the day, and she's been all obviously Crouching Tiger and all that stuff. But she's a fixture of Asian cinema, so I think it's great that they get recognition and they get put on a platform because they deserve to be headline these marquees. By the way, I just noticed I started talking about Hollywood pandering and putting people of color in movies more, and our viewer, I feel like our viewers just went up. Does Google like hear our words? Is it like triggering?
Who
Do they
knows?
hear us live?
Who knows?
Is it smart? Is this Q Star? Remember, Q Star scares me. I want to talk about Q Star for in a minute. Damn it, Q Star, the Skynet that's coming out. That's basically here. But anyway, back before I get too crazy with it, I love it, man. I think Steven Yeun. I watched Minari. He's really great. Great dramatic actor. Great dramatic film. Great story too. It's about these Korean immigrants that moved to America in the Midwest to be farmers, and kind of and it's not modern. It takes place like, I don't know, maybe like in the 50s or something like that. And it kind of just shows what their family was like as immigrants, no one taking them seriously as farmers. Like, like you don't grow corn, you're like, go back to the rice paddy, what they were dealing with. And it's a great movie. So he's awesome. He's really good in it. And there is one scene in this damn movie, dude, that is unsettling. And I was uncomfortable the whole time, but I couldn't take my eyes off of it. If anybody's seen Nope, I'll just say involving a monkey. If you guys know what I'm talking about, dude, it was so great.
Yeah, don't spoil it because I haven't seen it yet.
That's not a spoil. Like you'll get it. Like they're gonna introduce characters, and
Okay.
one of these characters is a chimpanzee. That's all. You'll get this right at the start. Actually, the first scene of the fucking movie. But anyway, there's this one scene involving this fucking chimpanzee. It's absolutely crazy, but you should watch it. Let me know what you think. But I think it's at least an 8 out of 10, and it's one of those things where I was maybe wanting to give it a 9, but like I'll sleep on it. I don't want to give anything too high, too early. But I really liked it. So Steven Yeun, I didn't know he was on Invincible. Who does he play? I've never actually watched it, but okay. Silhouette says I'm thinking too much beta. Well, I don't know what to say. Fuck yourself. I don't know. Sorry, I like to think, man. Blaine, the fist bump was so good. Oh, dude. Yeah, Blaine's seen the movie. It's good. Oh, he's the main character. He's invincible. I didn't know that. I just know J. Jonah Jameson. Why can't I say his real name? What's his name?
Is he in the Quantum Leap reboot? Was that
No,
him?
that's another Asian. Come on, man.
What?
They
I
all
no, I'm
they
sorry.
all look the same to you, Todd. Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, I'm saying he's a popular Asian actor, so I didn't know if it was him.
Part of the problem, right, Chief? I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, Kumar.
Is that like 2 O's or 4 U's?
You should be proud of that name, son. Harold.
The viewer count just went down. I can kind of go.
We did. No, go. What have you watched? What have you watched?
So over the weekend,
JK said.
Sunday afternoon, kids were home, bugging me. Went downstairs, watched Creature from the Black Lagoon. I forgot how much I enjoyed that movie. So Universal Monsters, loved it. Of course, I've seen it before, but it's one of those ones you just throw on, and it's just fun to sit there for 80 minutes. It just flies by. I've been into a lot of the early 2000s horror films lately. I watched May, the Lucky McKee movie.
It's been on my list for a long time. Yeah.
Angela Bettis is fantastic in it.
Is it as great as everybody says?
I really enjoyed it, man. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
So yeah, I recommend that. And then I did watch one that you hate, but I've owned this for a while, but I finally watched it and I really like it. It reminds me of an R-rated version of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like it's shitty, but it's fun, and it's Amityville 4.
Oh, well,
The
s-
lamp, the
yeah,
lamp
the
one.
one with the lamp. So that's the Evil Escapes with Patty Duke.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of history with this movie.
Oh,
S
really?
Yeah, I've got a lot of history with this movie. I never said. Did I say I hated it?
I looked in your letterbox score after I rated it. I think I rated.
Oh, that doesn't mean I don't have. Just because it's a shit movie doesn't mean. I got to be
I thought it was
honest.
a lot of fun, dude.
So I saw Amityville 4, The Evil Escapes, before I saw 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? There is a chance I may have even saw it before the first one.
Hmm.
I had a VHS copy of Amityville 4, The Evil Escape, starring Patty Duke, as early as 1996.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. I don't know if I saw the first one. I think I saw this before the first one even. I think so. So yeah, and it's got one of those scenes with the garbage disposal. You
Yeah,
always got to
yeah.
do. Yeah, and now, yeah,
Who is the kid who looks like he's 40 and he's balding, dude?
oh,
He's like a bald spot, dude.
I don't know.
The little boy or whatever. I mean, he's ridiculous, man. He's
Is
so
it
funny.
that is the only reason why I would have been tempted to get that. Is it Vinegar that put out that set with the
Yeah,
shitty
yeah,
sequels?
yeah.
Because I would like to have the fourth one because I still have my DVD copy. I bought it on DVD eventually back in the day, but I didn't sell that when I got rid of all my DVDs like 10 years ago. I do have that still on DVD. Not that I'm going to watch that version, but it, yeah, I mean, I would like to have that Vinegar set, which is long sold out, I'm sure. You
They
know,
sell them individually. I think I got these like $10 a piece a long time ago. The 4, 5, and 6. So
okay, cool. From Vinegar.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So which one's Dollhouse? Dollhouse is shit, dude.
I haven't watched that yet. See, I'm trying to get through all the Amityville films. So
Well, they're
um,
not. They're not. They're just putting the numericals on those
I know, I
cases,
know, I
so I
know.
can't tell because Amityville was just called Amityville Dollhouse. They must have slapped a 6 or whatever whatever it ends up being on there. I can't remember. Uh,
1992. That one's I think next after Amityville 4.
you're right. You're right. So 6 is Dollhouse. I've never seen 1992. I've never
I
seen that.
actually I remember liking that. I used to rent 1992, the Amityville one. So
I don't have any high hopes for any of those sequels. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's my sentimental like attachment to 4 because I've been watching it for so long. And it's like Patty Duke's. I'm not gonna say Patty Duke's not a great actor.
fantastic.
She's
Yeah,
great. She was the fucking miracle worker, man.
yeah.
She was a. This is where their careers go in their later years, unfortunately. Amityville 4, but yeah, I correct. So it's like yeah, the fucking lamps. The lamp's possessed, and they think it's like the dad, because he's like widowed or whatever. Um, yeah, I wonder if that's streaming anywhere because I wouldn't mind going down memory lane and watching that one. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's one of those movies that I watched a bajillion times growing up, and then I haven't seen it in probably 15 years. But I watched it like a million times for a streak of 10 years. Um,
Jane Wyatt too as the grandma. I think she's fantastic in it. I
but you
really
could
liked her.
I don't know where it's split off. Like we're at a point now. I don't remember who put this out. Was this a theatrical? Or is this at a point now where they were just milking the name? Somebody was using the
Uh,
name because the name,
this
because
was
it's not.
a made for TV movie.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And
And
NBC 1989.
so it's not called. It's called Amityville or Amityville Horror.
Amityville 4: The Evil Escapes.
Yeah, that's how they got away with it. So they would sit there and piggyback on a supposed franchise, because nobody owns the town of Amityville. You can use
Yeah,
that name,
yeah.
right? Jaws was in Amityville. All these movies were in Amityville. So, but the way they got around it was, hey, we're going to call this a sequel to that movie. We're not going to call it Amityville Horror because they don't own that. But we could say Amityville 4, Amityville 5, Amityville Dollhouse, Amityville Dildo, Amityville Pocket Pussy.
Mhm.
Now they have all these but this is before it got real, real crazy. This is, obviously if it was a TV movie and NBC, there was still some money behind this. Now it's lost all credibility because ever since we hit this digital era where anybody with a fucking handy cam can make a movie in their backyard, it's just exploded with Amityville knockoffs,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the Amityville Beta, right?
Amityville Karen is the new one that just came out. I want to watch that.
Isn't there literally like an Amityville fleshlight? Amityville, there's like something stupid
Yeah,
that Nick Papa Giorgio did. Like
dude,
it's
this
like,
this Amityville Karen looks so stupid, dude. I want to watch it.
I don't. You can report back to us with your.
It's on,
with
it's
your
on Prime. It's on Prime Video. So yeah, maybe I will
Yep.
watch.
No, I won't. So yeah, if Amityville 4 is streaming anywhere, I will totally I'll totally watch it because it's been a minute. Amityville 3 is not good. Do you
No,
have
no,
do you have that?
I don't have that.
You don't have that trilogy.
No, I have the 4K of the first one. I don't have the second. I had the second on DVD and the third one, but I didn't. I haven't upgraded because I'm waiting for those to come out on the 4K. At least the second one.
So I got that Shout box set of the first three. You know, and it was funny because like the one they sent me was clearly used and it had no shrink wrap and it was opened and it was like beat up. So I still got it's in another room, but anyway, that was the only one they had, so I just kind of dealt with it. But yeah,
This is one of the best looking 4Ks I've seen, though. I highly recommend picking
I
this
watched
up.
it. Yeah, I watched my copy.
Fantastic.
So I have I have that trilogy on Blu-ray from Shout, and one and two are great. 3 with Lori Loughlin is not good. It's like I'm surprised that one's not a TV movie because it's like what if
I can't stand her.
It's like what if they it reminds so when you plug in the fact that it's very G-rated, it's more fantasy and it's like just so not scary and it's not and when you mix in Lori Loughlin in the cast, it makes it feel like a Wonderful World of Disney movie. On Amityville Horror, Wonderful World of Disney. It's just so tame and so dumb. I don't like it. I'll take 4 over 3 all day long.
Yeah. No,
But,
I agree.
Yeah, no. So, and Amityville Dollhouse, I used to watch that on Skinamax back in the day. I know that had that little Indian kid from this like short-lived Nickelodeon show called Space Cases. You remember Space Cases?
No.
Okay.
I think I got these down here.
I don't know, man. Is Lori Loughlin a sign? Can we say Scientologist? Will that get us banned? I feel like it will.
Dollhouse.
Yeah, Amityville. Oh, so they do call it Dollhouse on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got this kid. It's like an Indian kid, and he played this kid named Bova, this alien named Bova, on this show on Nickelodeon called Space Cases. And I remember Space Cases. It was only around for one season because it starred Zach the Black Ranger from Power Rangers after he quit Power Rangers, and he was on the show called Space Cases. Walter Jones. And I just remember the kid's name was Bova. And so, like, the same year, he was also in Amityville Dollhouse. And I was like, oh, it's Bova. But I used to actually find Dollhouse scary because I was watching this movie when I was a kid, dude. I was watching this movie like 1996.
That's when it came out in 96. And then 92 came out in 92, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's About Time. So that's the Clocks one. And then the New Generation came out in 93, which I don't remember this one.
So can you still get those a la carte like that on Vinegar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You can find them cheap. You can find them on eBay for cheap too. So
yeah, I'll have to look because I would like to. For sentimental reasons, Dollhouse is shit. But I watched it when I was like 10 years old, man. And when I was a kid, I found it because I think Dollhouses are scary, right? This is back when I was 10. This is at the same time when I was watching. Yeah, and this is when I was watching the Are You Afraid of the Dark Dollhouse episodes with like the family. That freed me. And I also watched the Friday the 13th the series on syndication on Sci-Fi where there was the girl in the dollhouse. So dollhouses were right up my like meter, man. I was freaked out. And I remember them looking in the dollhouse and it clearly they're looking into a dollhouse and then you obviously look inside the dollhouse and it's obviously like a real set that looks like a dollhouse. And you see like the demons fucking like dancing in the dollhouse. And it's like these straight up like demons from hell. And it's now I think about it, it's so damn cheesy, but it kind of scared me as a kid. But
I'm looking forward to revisiting some of these. The Ryan Reynolds remake, Blaine is shit. I saw it in the theaters.
I watched it once when it first came out. Yeah, I probably rented it or something, Hollywood Video or something. It's not good, dude. It is so bad. The biggest problem with that flick is the fact that it goes out of its way to do everything the original movie didn't do, and almost to like its own detriment, right? It's like they were being stubborn. Like, look, it's obviously way better that they don't show you anything in the first movie. It's 70s. It's a slow burn. You know, and they just literally said, you know what, we're gonna literally show them everything they didn't show you in the first movie, probably because they're like, hey, we got to make it stand out. But there's no way they thought that was good, because like you actually, what I'm trying to think of the main differences. Like I just remember them. You actually see fucking demons.
Yeah.
You actually see like people hanging on nooses. You probably see more Jody the pig. It's
see a bunch of crows, as I remember, right? I remember seeing a bunch of crows.
I just think, especially in that era of the, because that came out in Remake Central, dude. We had like this period in like 2005, 2006. That's probably when it came out, right? Something like that. 04, 05, 06. There was like a 5-year period, especially, where they still remake stuff like crazy, but for like 4 or 5 years, dude, they were just making every horror movie. They were doing Black Christmas the first time. They were doing House of Wax. They were doing that movie. They were doing Hills Have Eyes. They were doing sequels to the remakes. Hills Have Eyes 2. You know, anything you could think of, they did it. And they did the Crazies,
Yep.
right? And they did, of course, the big one was Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder, which that probably just like lit a flame into it even more, because everybody seemed to like the Zack Snyder movie. I've never sat through it. I tried watching it with Todd one time. I fell asleep. Like I after the intro scene, I watched the beginning. I couldn't.
I never liked it. See, James Brolin, I mean, he is George Lutz, man. Nobody can top his character.
His stoicism, his looks, man. Like he creeps you out. Like when he's
the
kind
type
of like
of dad that beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, when he's like
I'm
losing
drunk.
it, when he's like really on edge and he's just giving those fucking stares, you know, like and like when he's like freaking out over when he's talking to the caterer, when he's like, I'll write you a check when they can't find the money. It's like, dude, you're just like, hey, write me a check. I say I don't take checks. Write me a check. He's like doing that thing. Yeah, he's creepy, dude. He plays a really good dad, just on edge and coming unraveled, dude. Really good.
Oh yeah.
And he's definitely the best part about the flick. And dude, and talk about physical acting, when they bust open that hole in the basement and he sees like what is his like reflection or whatever, and you just see like his face turns, because he's already kind of like got dark under his eyes. He's weathered. He's looking pale just because we're kind of like further down his spiral at this point. But just that look he gives, where his face gets real long and he's just, it's like the greatest look. It's like look in cinematic history, I think. I'll die on that hill all day long. Just that like sheer harrowing terror in his face is.
Well, just the atmosphere of the house, everything. People shit on first Amityville, which I don't understand. I think it's one of my favorite horror films of all time. It's
Who
fantastic.
shits on it?
There's a lot of people that don't like it, man. They think it's slow. They think there's nothing going on. It's all atmosphere, but it's awesome, man.
It was a cash in off the Exorcist fad. It was it's just it was. So if you don't know the story, we'll talk about it. So the Exorcist came out right in the early 70s. You had Satanic Panic in the 73, 74, Exorcist book, Exorcist movie. It's blowing up. It's going crazy. It's making all this money. People are throwing up in the theater, supposedly. Then it wins an Oscar. Then they go on to take away Linda Blair's Oscar. That's another story, which I don't know if you guys agree with that or not. But so you have this case of the DeFeos, right, that lived in this house in Amityville, and the son killing his family. Like that part's based in fact. He really killed his family in the middle of the night, and he went on trial, and he was one of these guys that said the voices told me to do it, right? Whether or not he was crazy or whatever. Anyway, so that's in the news. And then you had these people buy up the house, the Lutzes, the real life Lutzes, and they saw an opportunity. Like, hey, this guy is saying the voices, the tell him to do it. Exorcist, all this stuff is like super popular right now. Let's fucking run a hustle. And they come out with this story, and they work together with this author, the guy that wrote the book, and they concoct this story together. They put the book out. It's a bestseller, and then the movie's coming and the whole deal, and they just kind of just start going along with this charade. Like, I love Amityville Horror. I don't think it's true. I like what they said is totally lies.
He was pretty convincing, though. I mean, I've listened to interviews with him, and
George Lutz, the real George Lutz.
Yeah.
I think you lie so much you believe yourself.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And when you're telling the same story for decades and you've built your whole legacy on this story, you're going to get pretty good at sounding convincing. I think that's just my opinion. I just think there's way more against it. Like, dude, this is just such a hoax. But like I said, the murders really happened, and all the sensationalism around that, they just kind of heightened it. But just the actual hauntings, and then I think even like the Warrens went there, and the Warrens went there too, and I think they claimed, didn't they claim that, like, yeah, it was a bad
Yeah.
energy, but that doesn't. I think there can be a bad energy, and I can think all that stuff can maybe. I just think they were
It could have been
opportunists.
haunted, but it probably wasn't demonic.
I think they were opportunists, man. I just think they were opportunists. And wasn't there a documentary that their son put out, the
I believe
kid?
so. Yeah, yeah.
That was like in the last couple of years. I have to. I think I tried watching it, and I ended up passing out. But
Okay, so here's a question for you. This is not the name that Kino, but would you take this over The Exorcist, Amityville, or The Exorcist,
that, you mean to Choose Your Destiny? That would be a
or
great
Choose
Choose Your
Your Destiny?
Destiny.
Yeah, yeah. Choose Your
But
Destiny.
okay, so that's an interesting question. So I'm going to be a little biased with this. Now, on one hand, I saw Amityville Horror way before I saw The Exorcist. I've been watching Amityville Horror since I was like a little kid. I didn't watch The Exorcist till a bit later, and so like my heart has always been attached to the Amityville Horror. It's when I saw the Amityville Horror when I was a kid, dude, it scared the living shit out of me. It was so scary. I saw it. It was up there with The Shining. I saw Amityville Horror before The Shining, but it was similar when I saw The Shining too. I I was young, but not super young. I think by the time I saw The Shining, I was past the point of movies really scaring me. But I was still like in seventh grade, and I watched it at my neighbor's house across the street. And I remember just being shook to the bone. We watched it in his basement, and I remember being scared just walking at night, like at 1 a.m, across my street, my neighborhood, the trees, the eerie silence, everything was creepy. I had the heebie-jeebies, dude. So Amityville Horror, when I watched that some years prior, was like that on crack. It scared me, and because that's the stuff that's always really scared me: hauntings, possession, all that stuff that you know a lot of people think could be more real. I know a lot of people think like a raving lunatic with an axe or a knife or is extra real, and but those movies aren't quite as scary to me. I still don't know why, even though like they could really happen in real life. Like someone Last House on the Left could happen in real life hypothetically, even though everybody's got a ring cam now, and but still the paranormal is scary to me because it isn't like that.
You can't fight back the paranormal. You can't.
Yeah, like I get it, Maniac. I guess a guy could jump up on my fucking hood and just blast me with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I guess that could happen, especially here in America. But you really like when you're dealing with the paranormal, or you're it's an invisible foe. Like
It's unpredictable. Yeah.
this is stuff that human people don't know about. We have Zach Baggins out there trying to tell us all about it, but nobody knows it. It's just this big blank spot that, to the point, it's so unknown that people exploit it, and then some people can't be convinced it's real. I think it's clear that it is something. I don't think we know exactly what it is. There's a whole bunch of theories on what that stuff is, but regardless, to me, the unknown is way scarier. And so, anyway, I have always thought Amityville Horror was super scary, and I loved it. With that said, I feel like, bias aside, I think The Exorcist is a better movie, by a little. I think The Exorcist, because think about it, and hear me out. Like I said, I have this partial bias I love Amityville. To me, it's a 10 out of 10. I love it. And that's coming from a few different places. That's coming from nostalgia. That's coming from all this stuff. But it's quote unquote based on a true story. It is what it is, black and white on paper. The movie you watch, the plot, that is the movie, which is great. And it was kind of jumping on the Exorcist bandwagon, but there's been a lot of people that have just milked the Amityville bandwagon, the whole haunted house thing. Exorcist, while that also quote unquote came from a book and was based on true events, the possessed boy in St. Louis, whatever, it's kind of loose. There was just more subtext in The Exorcist. It's a deeper movie. It's not like it's more about like Father Karras and him losing his faith and all these sub stories that are going on. I just think it's way deeper. And I'm just saying, from a cinephile standpoint, I think it is the stronger movie, but by not by a lot or anything. But so I don't know. But
Which would you what's that?
which one do I pick? Gosh, man. Can I have my cake and eat it too? Can I say?
No, pick one.
Can we
Pick,
have? Can we?
I already
can,
know I already know what mine is.
look, if I could have had Josh Brolin played Father Karras in The Exorcist, that would have been awesome. Just have that like 70s hair and that feathered hair, that Michael Landon lock of hair.
Come on,
And
Aaron.
then
You know what the better one is. I love this movie, man. It's scary. I find this scary compared to I love The Exorcist. I think it's fantastic.
This would have been a great choose your this actually just is choose destiny, because think about when you compare apples to apples. Let's go toe to toe. Iconic scene for iconic scene, because obviously Exorcist has tons of iconic scenes. You know, your mother sucks cocks in hell and fuck me. But dude, this movie has The Flies, which is iconic.
The atmosphere, yeah.
The Get Out and The Flies and Rod Steiger's awesome. You have a weird ass statue that falls and it totally doesn't look like it hits him in the face, but then he goes blind. It's like, what the hell is that? It's kind of an odd scene. Ah! But dude, now you're twisting my arm. Okay, I'll say Amityville. Fuck it. If I have to, but
well, this is the one I grew up on too. So I had the VHS of this, and it scared the shit out of me too. So I'm right there with you.
But if you were to plant me in the 70s, Exorcist came first, mind you. This is totally a cash grab off.
Yeah.
If I was in the 70s and if I was a filmmaker in the 70s and you asked me which one I would have wanted to been a part of, I would have been like, no, give me the fucking Exorcist all day long, because I think it's more culturally significant. I think it's the better story. I think it is just a better script. It's just got more going for it. But that's not to put down the in your face plot, true story, haunted house, because it's effective. Like, give me some popcorn and let me like watch this in the dark. Let me see like the Jody the pig, like weird projection that looks fake as hell. I love it, dude.
But you don't. I mean, you don't.
The cheesy eyes in the window.
Yeah. You don't need the slasher.
It.
You don't need the killer. You just look at the house, dude, and you're creeped out of the house, which is crazy. A house makes you scared. Just looking at it from the outside.
Iconic house. House.
God, that's so effective. In the setting, in the fall and everything like that. It's, man, I love it so much. Man, I don't know. That's just me.
Hey, so Will's saying that gamer guy, I actually watched The Exorcist for the first time recently. Surprising, I know. So what are your thoughts watching it as an adult, right? Because this is one of those situations where you're watching a flick that's had decades of hype behind it, and you're kind of coming into it with mature eyes. Did it live up to the hype, or what were your thoughts? I'm genuinely curious. Let's see. James Woods screwing the Exorcist chick in Scary Movie 2 is comedy.
Oh, that's so funny, dude. I always show my kids the scene where he's taking a shit.
Oh, centralized. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. I think we talked about that last week, because that was supposed to be played by Marlon Brando was supposed to be in that role. And I was watching a podcast with that chick, Natasha, whatever her name is, right? The chick from American Pie that plays.
She or whatever. Yeah.
No, that's Species. Natasha Henstridge is Species. Natasha Leone, something. I can't remember her name, but she's got the real raspy voice. But anyway, she was talking about, it's like, Marlon Brando was just like doing a scene with him when he was playing. He's like, he just grabbed my tit, like unprovoked. He's just like he's very much a womanizer, like
old school, yeah.
But she gave him a pass, like, it's Brando, whatever.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And he died like a week later. But this is the guy that did Last Tango in Paris, for crying out loud. But anyway, that's a good question, man. I think. And
I'm not saying Exorcist isn't great, but they're both like, man, they're both fantastic.
I think the only way they're alike is because they were dealing with paranormal. That's it. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even about possession. It was everybody was about demons. It was like a demon fever because of The Exorcist. But they're very different movies, and I respect Amityville Horror as a work of fiction. And dude. Oh man, I wonder who has the better. I don't know, man. I love Brolin, but dude, I think the Exorcist cast is way too stacked against it.
They're great. Yeah.
because Brolin's awesome, but he's carrying that damn fucking movie on his
Yeah, he
shoulders.
is. Yeah.
You know, I mean, Margot Kidder's fine; she gets the job done, but you could probably take her out and put anybody
Yeah.
else in it.
Absolutely.
Rod Steiger's great, but
Yeah.
and the
He's fine. Yeah.
but dude, I mean, like the cast in The Exorcist, they're all so good. Everybody in The Exorcist is absolutely fantastic. So that's why I think you should just put Brolin in there somehow, shoehorn him
That would
in.
be the perfect sandwich right there, man.
Just have like Brolin's face flash like the Pazuzu, and that beautiful lock of hair he's got, dude. Dude, I want that. I want to be that. I want to wear that flannel, dude. I want to have that beard. I want to have that fucking
You
wavy.
used to have that, dude. You used to look like Brolin in that. When you had your hair grown out and your beard grown out, you used to look like Brolin, man.
Hell yeah, man. I wish. Anyway, the longest I ever had my hair, I had it down to here once. And I'm like, I'm not about this life. I don't think I look good with the long hair. But
I was in your
like,
20s though, right?
yeah, that was probably like when I was no, actually the longest I had when I had that hair that long, that was in '03. So I would have been still a teenager technically.
Oh Jesus.
When I was traveling, my hair was kind of longer. Like when I was in China, there's a lot of pictures. Actually, there's a lot of pictures of me with longer hair when I was like traveling, where it had gotten like Justin Bieber levels of long. But there was a point where it got kind of long in like '03, and I was just like, I can't do this. William, so here's his thoughts. He says, I was able to set aside the hype. All right.
Sorry.
I was able to set aside the hype and I enjoyed it. It went a lot more into the religious side of things than I expected it to do. Plus, I liked the gradual build up to Reagan's exorcism. Yeah, I like I said, there's a lot more subtext going on in The Exorcist. I just think it's a better script. It's just better, well rounded. And I like the gradual build up to Reagan's exorcism, unlike that Exorcist Believer where it takes really long. It takes like an hour. But the thing is they still introduce you right away to Reagan, and they kind of introduce you to the character's problems right away. Like you're introduced into Crass right away, his mother and his issues, his ailing mother and his faith issues. All that stuff is established right from the get-go, and we know Reagan is sick pretty early, right? And they're testing her. They don't know what's wrong with her. And yeah, and it's all building up and edging you until like she's full blown possessed and all that stuff. They do it so good in that original film. But yeah, let's see. What does this say? It didn't hit you over the head like a modern horror movie would. Insert Exorcist Believer joke. There you go. You beat me to it. But yeah, no, and that's what's so great about the '60s and the '70s and et cetera, et cetera. They just maybe they worked off atmosphere totally out of necessity because they didn't have the budgets or the effects or the technology to make stuff look believable. But whatever it was, or if there was just something in the water back then and people just told stories better, I don't know. But all I know is when you introduce too much technology and that technology becomes super accessible and becomes more affordable, it becomes a crutch, just like anything else, just like auto tune and just like Pro Tools with music. All this stuff can be great as a tool, but it always corrupts everybody, and then they lean on it, and it just like 30 years ago, Milli Vanilli lost their whole career when they found out they were lip syncing.
Yeah.
Right, and they found
how everybody is.
Now it's the norm, and it's totally cool. It's totally fine. Everybody totally accepts it now, and it's just weird. But anyway, that's the same thing with like AI, right? AI in itself is totally fine. Like I think it could be a really powerful tool if you use it to work for you and to assist in your creative process a certain way. But we just know it won't be that way. Like it's not. It's going to be exploited and it's going to take over and it's going to put a lot of people out of work. And before you know it, Q-Star is going to enslave us all. Right? Go ahead.
I was going to say, did you have anything you picked up recently? I didn't know if you were going to talk about
what? I did. Sorry. I don't, what did I get? I think I did. I didn't get it prepared though. I will say I got that Coffin Joe set. So I had pre-ordered the Coffin Joe set from Arrow from Amazon, and then the Amazon thing came into question. Then they got the old 1-2 of, hey, we'll let you know when this is available. It's not available right now. Uh-oh. And then it started going around online that, hey, our orders got canceled. Like, oh shit. So I didn't want to have phone. I didn't want to miss out. I didn't want to risk it. So I went ahead and I bought one from Arrow because that's all I could buy it from at the time. And I paid a little bit more for it. I think I paid a good bit. I think I paid like $30 more for it, but I had some like Arrow bucks or something, and I put it with it. Blah 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 blah, and it made it like $10 more than originally. So I just got it, and then I get it in the mail from Arrow, and it's beat up. I'm like, why? This shouldn't be happening if I'm getting it straight from the tap, baby. And it was banged up. It's like the plastic wrap is ripped off of it, half of it, and all the corners are banked up. It looked like it was dropped on every corner, which, like I said, if I would have got it on the cheap and, you know, that was my only option, I knew I would live with it. But the fact that I paid for what I paid for it,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
it's this beautiful set, and I bought it straight from Arrow, dude, come on. Like, I expect more than this. And then my Amazon order got a date release. So mine, Todd, you said yours got canceled?
Mine got
Okay.
canceled.
That's
Yeah.
what I was. So I must have barely made the cut and got whatever, but mine got a date. So I'm like, oh, well, now it's too late to return the Arrow one. So it's like, well, I'll see what the Amazon one looks like, because maybe I can just swap them out. Like, I'll literally return one to Amazon and keep. But then Amazon show up today, and they put this fucking beautiful box set in a bag. A bag.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
No,
That's what I was going to ask it.
it's in another room.
It's not. It's beat to shit though, or what?
It's beat up like the Arrow one.
Oh, okay.
I'd say it's about the same, but they put it in a bag, and it's just beat up on all the corners. The bag's open. You know, the shrink is torn up. It's just it's beat to shit. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, guys, do better. Like, what is this? A bag? And then I went ahead and I sent out for a replacement from Amazon because they're available.
Yeah.
They are, which is funny. And so I'll just go ahead and see what they send me. And they always have like a note section whenever they fuck up your shit. It's like, you want to replace it? Here's notes to put for them to see. They never see them. And I put the same thing I always do. Guys, why did you put this shit in a bag? What do you think's going to happen? Please pack it in a box like a normal person. And I'll get it and it'll be in a bag again. I know it will. Like, it will. So I'm an idiot, because what I should have did, I should have placed a new order with something else, so they put it in a box. Because I feel like if you maybe buy multiple things, maybe they would put it in a box. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I'm not sure. Amazon's pretty hit or miss.
So I'm gonna figure out what to do. I'm gonna see what this one looks like, and then maybe I'll reach out to Arrow. I don't know, or just fucking deal with it. It's just kind of a shame. Makes me not want to look at it though.
Hey, mine looks pristine.
Yeah, let me see yours. Yeah, put it up close, dude. Dude, yours is absolutely flawless, dude.
Yeah.
Flawless. Mine has like dog ears and its creases everywhere. It's literally got kicked around.
So I ended up getting mine from Diabolic because I didn't know that they restock on Amazon.
I wish I would have got mine at Diabolic.
And it came, it had cardboard all around it, and it had like a special like zipper on there. So this thing was like straight from the manufacturer. I don't know if they did that or Diabolic did that, but the packaging was immaculate, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna see, dude. I mean, honestly, I'll. Do they have it back in stock there too?
I think they do.
Because if they do, dude, I've got half of mine just to return them all and just fucking just get it from these guys, because but it's $100. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it, but yeah, it's in stock. Yeah, it's a bummer, man. But anyway, they want to sit there and milk the collector fan base because that's the only people buying movies right now, physical media. But they're so tone deaf. Like, hey, they won't mind if this shit's been kicked around by a rugby team and, you know, mailed in a bag and whatever. They don't know their audience, clearly. But
no, I don't care.
So let's play. I don't have anything else. You know what? I think I do. I just can't think. Oh, you know what? I got my Kino 4K of Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, that's right.
And I bought with that, just so I can get like free shipping or whatever, I got Cujo.
Oh, okay.
4K. Which I haven't seen Cujo probably since like 1997, so that'll be, you know, a nice flashback. But so yeah, I'll have to watch those in the next couple of days. Oh, another thing, you know who boned me too? Dude, Best Buy, dude, they are on my shit list. So I have really no real reason to continue to buy stuff from Best Buy for much longer. Now, I bought I pre-ordered the new Final Fantasy Rebirth. It's the remake part 2 for PS5 because that's one of the games I just have to play this year. So and I'm looking forward to it because I don't really have a lot of games to play. And Best Buy, at least for now, they still are really good because they always offer some kind of Best Buy exclusive with the pre-order, right? In the case of them, they usually throw in like a Best Buy exclusive steelbook on top of, like, right? I got the collector's edition, and it comes with a steelbook in the collector's edition that you get from anywhere you get the but you'll get a second steelbook. So it's like you could flip
Mm.
that shit or just have it. Like you don't, it's empty. I'm not gonna put a game in this empty ass steelbook, but
Yeah.
it's just cool. It's just something kind of some incentive. Anyway, I've had it pre-ordered for a while, and then I got, and the collector's edition's been is sold out. And the collector's editions of those are beautiful, and I have the collector's editions of the first part, so it's like I gotta have the collector's edition to put it together because they look uniform. But anyway, I got an email like 2 days ago from Best Buy. Hey, we've canceled your order.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, like they oversold into one. It's like, oh no. And I started freaking out. I'm like, no, because they're sold out at most retailers. And I'm like, shit, man. And I started getting sweating the bullets. Like, dude, now I feel like I have to have this, and it's going to be on eBay for like I couldn't find it anywhere. The only place you could buy it was straight through Square. Square Enix makes the game.
mm-hmm.
So I went to Square Enix, and and you can't, and there's no refunds. Square Enix isn't like Amazon or Best Buy. So I bought it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck. I paid, and it sucks because with Best Buy I was going to get their bonus, and I used Best Buy points I had saved up. So it actually only I bought the $100 collector's edition, but I put like $40 in points I had saved up. So I'm like, okay, cool. So now I had to buy the fucking full price from Square because I didn't want to be without one. And I wasn't even getting their Best Buy exclusive, but I'm like, whatever. No refunds. So I have that. 4 hours later, Best Buy sends an email saying, hey, you received an email earlier, said your order was canceled. This cancellation was done in error. You can place the order again yourself. And they made them available to place an order.
Oh.
And we'll still, and the bonus steelbook, that's been like, those have been spoken for a long time. But they said, if you order it from the same email, we'll make sure you get one. Because they'll basically set aside the one they had for me before, basically. And so I was like, you motherfuckers. This is like 3 hours after I bought. I panicked, and so now I've got 2 of those fuckers coming, and I can't return. It pisses me off so
you can
bad.
return one of them to Best Buy.
But if I return the one from Best Buy, I have to return the steelbook, their bonus. And if you don't return if you try and return it without the steelbook, that's bonus. They'll deduct $20 off of your refund. They'll charge you $20 for it.
You've tried that?
No, I just read about it.
Okay.
Trust me, I read about it. Because this was happening to everybody on the Reddit. Everybody that like in the Final Fantasy Reddit saying, oh, I got this email. Oh God, I'm panicking. And then so many people got burned. Like those fuckers, then now they got the same email as I did. So I don't know, man. I guess I'll just have something else to fucking flip and have to get rid of because I got 2 fucking copies. And the thing is you don't want to wait too long. Like I gotta flip it sooner than later because like the best thing to compare it to is the collector's edition from the last game.
Oh,
what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Halloween steelbooks.
No, I have the for the first part the same collector's edition, very similar, and it came out during the lockdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
That one is now you can buy that one online, eBay, and it's going for about 100. Okay, which is about what it cost back then, which that's fine. But I think like if you sold it not in 5 years, that's when you're going to be able to get $20 or $30 more for it. I'm not going to wait around. I got to get rid of the shit. Yeah, I've got Halloween box sets coming out of my ass. I've got Final Fantasies now. I got fucking Coffin Joes out the fucking wazoo. I can't live this life anymore, man.
Can't find a perfect one.
Gosh.
I ended up getting some of my pre-orders in this week, so I don't know if you want me to talk about those.
Yeah, Blaine, what was the original book ending of Cujo? I never read the book. Kind of wish they used the original book ending. Something gnarly, but yeah, go ahead and show us your pre-orders.
So I pre-ordered these back in November, and they finally came in. One of them was just taking forever. It was High Tension. It was taking forever.
Oh, okay.
I love this movie. If you love French horror from the early 2000s, It's fantastic. Highly recommend that. Inside is an also French horror. Really good movie.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Um, and then I did get this because I never ended up getting the Scream Factory release of it. And that's Carrie. So the
Mm.
Carrie 4K. So awesome artwork too. So
Is
I'm
that
excited
is
about
that
that.
region A or region B? Isn't that region B?
It's Region B, but it's a 4K. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just region
yeah,
B. I saw it as well.
yeah. But so I ended up getting that. 'Cause I love Carrie, man. It's a fantastic movie. So I'm excited to see it in 4K.
I saw Arrow's now putting out Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So now you have your options to buy that movie on Kino.
I don't have that movie yet.
It's on Kino in 4K. It's on Criterion in 4K, and it's now coming to Arrow. So they're just being a whore with that property. But I have the Kino one, and which had I known, I would have bought the because the Criterion came after. I'm like,
It's
damn it!
probably the same transfer.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's the same. So, but and speaking of which, Todd was telling me about now that Best Buy is out of the game, it's Walmart's just gonna pump up the volume on their shitty exclusive steelbooks they release some
Ugh,
movies. They're
horrible.
real bad. It goes back to what is it, your Blue Van Dam Bloodsport or whatever kickboxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real bad. And so they they just announced that they're putting out for some reason just First Blood and Last Blood of Rambo and these steel books. And now I'm noticing that what they're doing on all these movies they're putting out is they're putting those really cool transparent slips over the steels, which, a couple years ago with stuff like Total Recall, dude, I'm like, this is awesome. This makes me like steel books. And
That
they're
Total
still
Recall is one of the best looking ones.
yeah,
Steelbook.
and mine's a little damaged too. Mine came like it's all right. Just the slip is like ripped. But whatever, you can't notice it on the shelf. But anyway, and I was like, this is sweet. But of course, now that's what's getting it milked because it's something else. It's like, oh, all they have to do is add one little thing to the physical cosmetic, and we'll just milk the collectors more. So they're gonna ruin that too. Because I used to like steelbooks back in the day, but now I'm fucking sick of steelbooks. Just plain
I
like they're ugly. It's like I'm tired of this look. And then when they added that lenticular slip or whatever, it's like it was a breath of fresh air. Like this is great. And now they're just gonna burn that to the ground, which is fine. I mean, it's just gonna make it easy for me not to ever double dip into anything anymore because it's like their stuff is bullshit. Anyway, they're doing that with First Blood and Last Blood, which don't get me wrong, they're cool. I love that look still, but I have a feeling in about 5 years you're gonna just have a shelf full of those too. And like, well, this is dumb now. But as much as I love First Blood, I don't like Last Blood. I've decided I don't like it. Every time I've watched it, it's gotten worse with every viewing. I don't know why they made it. It commits the worst crime of any movie, and that's having no purpose. The fourth movie was the best final movie.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they make another movie? And it's so obviously one of those flicks where it's another random script on the blacklist, and they just made it and pulled it out of a hat and just injected John Rambo into
It's
it.
better than the Expendables movies.
I won't say that. I will say it's not as good. Expendables 1 and 2 are stupid fun. I will say it's not as good as those, to be honest with you. I just think it has no purpose. And
It does. It really doesn't.
it
No.
shits on the fourth one. The fourth is the perfect ending,
Yeah.
and there was just no reason to make it. And I hate his niece. I hate her acting. I hate the fucking mother that grandmother or
Annie.
whoever.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Everybody in that movie is terrible, man. And it's just, yeah, the ending is fun, but it's all this pointless BS to get us to the ending. So
The
Rambo can,
Cholos are funny, dude.
yeah, it's just not enough. It's just pointless. It has no purpose, and I hate it for that. I mean, it's fine when I say it's like a 5 out of 10. Can I watch it? Yeah, but dude, Rambo 4 is a 10 out of 10, dude.
Speaking of that Total Recall release, remember when that came out? Like I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. We missed out on the Jerry Goldsmith vinyl as well that came
Mm.
out with the same packaging, artwork, and
Was it
everything
like
like that.
Mondo who put that out?
I think so, and it was like limited to like a couple thousand copies. And that thing, man, I would love to have that soundtrack on vinyl with all that artwork and everything.
Yeah,
Man, that thing goes for a mint now.
I wonder who put it out because
I think it might have been Mondo that
or
put
Death
it out.
Waltz or
Something, yeah.
every now and a blue moon, some of those will get repressed, but not some of them don't.
I
But
wish. I love that that score, man.
Hey, just to circle back to my question about Cujo, I guess Will says the kid dies from dehydration. Spoiler alert in the book. Yeah, Blaine said it too. But anyway, my point on First Blood and Last Blood is I don't. I'm not tempted to. I would be tempted to get Last Blood anyway. But of course, the temptation's there. If I came across that steelbook with that slip for First Blood, and it was cheap, it was like what I got those expendable ones for. It was like going to cost me no more than $12. I love that movie. I might, but you know what? I won't because Studio Canal just put out. They're putting them out in Europe in Region B because they do all the region. They're putting out 4Ks of the Rambo series, all new transfers, all new everything.
I didn't know this.
This is
When
new.
this? Oh, okay.
This is new. They're putting out all new transfers. So what you're getting with these Walmart things is the same old transfers. You might as well wait.
Studio Canal puts out the best.
If there's new transfers coming out,
Yeah.
just wait. Because I'll wait for another box set or some other. I'm not going to double dip on the same. I want to have something new if I'm going to do it. But yeah, so whether or not those new transfers will make their way to another distributor over here, or if you want to go get the Studio Canal shit,
yeah, I'll just do that. Yeah.
But anyway, so I read that. They're not out yet, but come on.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Studio Canal, they were on the 4K bandwagon with most of this shit way before we were.
Oh, yeah.
I went to when I was in Ireland that last time, when I went to a record store and they had movies and stuff. Dude, they had like a wall of like Studio Canal titles that we did not have 4K at least at the time. We had none of the shit. They had like anything you could think of, and they have those big, beautiful, fat boxes, kind of like the Big Arrow stuff, and it was gorgeous. I'm like, God, where's all this stuff in the U.S.?
Oh no, they put all the good shit over there in Europe, man. They actually care about their collectors over there.
Yeah, what are you guys doing, America? Jeez, you're failing us again. You're just adding this failure to the list of failures that we have going on right now, huh? But hey, we got to do Name That Kino, man.
Kino.
We're running long here, so
I'm ready.
We're gonna do Name That Kino, and then we'll close out. I want to start doing better about doing Name That Kino earlier in the show. That's my bad.
Sorry, it's been kind of a.
No, it's fine. It's my bad. See what Todd's got in store for me today. Anybody got any questions in the chat while he's pulling this stuff up? Old man Todd.
So the I don't know if these are gonna be hard for you or not. So I have 4 total.
Okay. Wait, 4 slides for each one?
4 slides for each one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will give you 3 out of 4.
All right. While he's pulling that up, it's a good opportunity for me to remind everybody, if you're watching this, please like the stream, please share the stream, please leave a comment wherever you're watching us. Help us out, man. Help us out with these out. We're a grassroots movement at this point. And yeah, and definitely, like I said, subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing, but
turn your comments off too.
All right, so here it goes, guys. So you guys get your bingo cards out and play along with Todd. I can no longer see your comments.
Name That Kino.
Ooh, I know this. I know this guy. Dang it. I don't think I'm gonna get it on this first one. I just know that looks so familiar. It looks like a newer flick, aka digital, shot on digital. To me, it does anyway. It's kind of hard to tell with these like low res photos.
Yeah.
Somebody applying for a job, or kind of looks like a fat Tom Hanks. Kind of looks like somebody that might work for like a Secret Service or a government job.
No Gamer Guy review. That's not it. Good guess though.
I'm gonna go ahead and just not waste anybody's time. Give me a second slide, because I'm not gonna.
All right, slide 2. There we go.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Are you sure I've seen this?
Yes.
Dang, now I'm freezing up here. I don't see. The first picture was ringing bells to me. This guy's not. There's a water tank or water heater there.
Like I said, you'll get 3 of them before you.
Wait, so you're saying the third one is easy? The third slide?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, but I want to give you the most possible.
All right. Well, there's somebody else in the frame, but I can't really see who's in the frame. But I see like a chin hanging down. He's wearing black. Dude, I have no clue who that actor is that I'm looking at right now. No clue.
Okay. Anybody in the chat?
Is this on Deadly Ground? I'm just kidding. No, it's too
No.
new for that.
All
Okay,
right.
go ahead. Just give it to me. I know that actor in the middle, that kid. So this isn't that old because I've seen that kid in other stuff. I don't think it's that old. Gosh, dude. This ain't Mystic River.
You got it.
Is it?
Yep. Good job.
Ooh, okay, Mystic River. Because these are the fuckers that killed. They're behind it. They fucking killed the girl on accident. Fucking Tim Robbins took it. Okay, it's got that
The
Mystic.
look, the
It's got
Boston
that.
look. Yeah.
It's got that Boston color grade, real dreary,
Mhm.
cool tones. Go back. Let me kind of go through these again. But I've seen I want to say I've seen Mystic River maybe twice.
Okay.
And go back. Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't quite remember that. I feel
The
like the
second
trick.
one was his brother, I think, or
Yeah, what did he have like one scene then? Because I
Blaine.
don't.
You got it. Yeah, Mystic River.
Yeah, so that was.
Isaiah got it. Mystic River Man.
I
Pretty cool.
feel like those were kind of challenging. I feel like the third one was still a nice challenge, but fair. So I guess I don't get the point because I get it on the third one. But those are pretty challenging. Yeah, I've seen it twice. Clint
I
Eastwood
gave I
flick.
gave I gave it to you because I thought it was. You don't think you get the point for this one?
I was depending on what your rules are. I mean, yeah, if you want to give it to
This
me, I'll
this
take
was
it.
a medium, so I gave you a hard and two mediums
Oh,
because I
okay.
I didn't think you get this first one.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can go back. Yeah, the kids I knew like that looks. And obviously the last one was a gimme. All right. So hit me again with it. So a couple people got it, huh? I'm gonna cheat and look at the comments for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, the Social Network does have that same like color grading, that same look, which it got really played out 20 years ago, like 15, 20 years ago. I felt like every movie was doing that.
So drab. I don't like it.
It's just even like I think movies like 28 Days Later do it and shit like that. It's just
Well, that was the first film shot on digital, pretty much. 20
yeah,
days
it
later.
was the digital thing. I don't know what it is. It's not that it doesn't have a place, but and people are still doing it today. Um all right. Now I feel like a lot of movies are doing like the Hereditary look. Right? The color grading of like a movie like Hereditary. I mean, you just see these things over and over and over again. All right.
All right, here is your second one. Name that
But
kino.
by the way, I will take that look over the early 2000s ugly green tint the movies had, like Gone in 60 Seconds, Domino. Like there was this thing they were doing like in the early
Yeah,
2000s where they just looked real. It's this green that's not working for me.
it's so weird how they did that.
All right. So let me see. Is this that shitty Texas Chainsaw movie on Netflix?
You got it.
That's okay.
Would you know here?
I knew it. Yeah. I knew it straight from the first one. The car in the you look at that. It's funny, dude. They're making another one.
I know. That's why I put it on here.
Texas chain like all the synopsis is just basically they unleashed Texas. They unleashed Leatherface in a gated community.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next? Leatherface on a plane. I mean, it's always gonna be bad news, dude. Leatherface the White House, dude. Leatherface storms the Capitol. He's one of the people in January. That'd be funny, dude.
I've been to a more intense haunted house before. 4 out of 10.
Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Is this actually real? Yeah, it's always so cringe, dude. I get it. It's part of the times, but I feel like you
Another
shouldn't shy.
10 years, it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is
Well,
terrible.
I mean, I don't think we should shy away from the era we're in. That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves is people that try and it's like a movie like Terrifier where they kind of like put the fake grain in post to make it look like shot on video, but it's not. I I don't think we should be living in the past. I like you should definitely try and define your own era. Like, I get it. It's shit. It's a problem. But I think you want to be able to look back in 20 years and be like, this guy defined the 2010s. This guy, just like Scorsese and the set or whatever. Like these people that are trying to chase old decades, dude, it's been done. These guys already mastered it. I think you should. So embrace new technology. Digital's here to stay. Some of those old cats love digital. Some they're not all against it, but just embrace it and just try and make something good and live in the times. With that said, I get it. It's okay to have to make technology and cell phones and stuff part of plot points, dude. It's just what we have. But I'm really annoyed at this new, this thing we got now where everything you watch in movies where they show you like the text bubbles on screen. Boop,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
boop, 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 boop. I get it. This is how people communicate, and how else they just gonna show us the phone every second.
You want to know what
Whatever.
drives me nuts is nobody on film anymore smokes cigarettes.
Yeah,
It drives me nuts,
that's
dude.
the worst. No, it's
Yeah,
it's a no no.
it's
It's a no.
stupid, dude. I always love that.
But you know what? Let's leave in the sex and violence, but smoking, that's a bridge too far.
I know.
The kids are not supposed to be seeing these movies, right?
Yeah,
It's really dumb. I mean, so hopefully that comes back because I think that kind of stuff could be character defining. Some of these,
absolutely.
absolutely, man. Dude, is Snake Plissken still Snake Plissken if he doesn't say gotta smoke? Probably,
Grabs his
but
vape.
yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway, about the technology thing, we should embrace it. It is what it is. But what I don't like is it's allowing for some cop outs, some easy cop out. Like I think the text bubble thing is a cop out. It's a cop out for all kinds of exposition, all kinds of shit, whatever. But I also don't like the. I feel like what you just saw in the Leatherface movie, where they're like live streaming it, they're shoehorning that bit into
yeah,
like so many damn movies where people are live streaming every movie, dude. Every movie. They do it in the newest Expendables too.
Oh,
Like,
really? See, I never saw that.
yeah, Jace. Every movie I feel like has to shoehorn the fucking live stream shit, and I'm like, all right, we get it. This happens, but it's old hat at this point. Like, we don't have to. It's dumb. It's played out already. It's a dumb gag. But anyway, all right. So we got another one, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
So wait a second. Was that the first one? Or the second one? I'm already
That was the
lost.
second one. You're 2-0.
What was the first one again? I already forgot.
Mystic River.
What was the second one? Oh, Texas Chainsaw. Duh.
Yeah, yeah,
I already forgot about it. I got it so fast.
yeah. It's not worth remembering.
Fuck that movie, by the way.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Dude, it was so funny, dude, when I was watching that damn movie with my wife and I think it was my sister-in-law and her, or like a friend. Anyway, dude, when he like jumps out of the water and it's like the sound effect, my wife Sheila goes, "Why does he sound like a dolphin?" It literally makes like a dolphin sound.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
It's
horrible.
like, what the hell? And I died laughing. That was the best part of the movie.
Ugh.
Oh, okay. So we're looking at events that's leading outside, maybe like a prison movie, maybe like Escape Plan. It's too new looking to be Escape from Alcatraz, but The Great Escape, Escape from Alcatraz. It's not Animal Factory.
No.
It's not what's it called? Shawshank Redemption.
No.
Maybe I should get away from the prison.
Hey, you have your comments off, right?
Yeah, they're off.
Okay. Anybody in the chat?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm in the right area with prison, but maybe it's like a basement. Somebody's stuck in a basement because there's like a window leading out, right? Because I don't know if that's like a shaft or like more like a basement window type of vibe. I'm gonna need another one.
All right.
We got this homely looking girl talking to somebody with an Eddie Furlong haircut and jawline.
No, that's
But
not it. That's not it, Blaine. But I like her comment before about smoking. That's why I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Lots of smoking and drinking. I agree. I really enjoy that in that movie.
dude, I don't recognize the girl and I don't recognize the John Connor jawline because that's not Eddie. This movie's too new. You can look at the digital look, you can look at the color grading. It's just too new. and I don't know. I have no clue. It's giving me horror movie vibes. It's giving me like it's a scary movie, a horror movie.
Okay.
Is this one of these ones where you gave me 4 for a reason too? Like a hard and a medium or what?
You've seen this before. I just didn't know how
But
often you've seen it. So
is it one of these ones where like you think the third one is fair and I can get it on the third one or no? Or it's a good
yeah.
one?
No, I think you'll. No, I think it'll still be good. So
All right, so just go ahead and give me the third one. You know what? I this girl something. Let's not let the right one in. No, something about this girl.
no, it's
What?
not it, Blaine. A
Something
good
about.
guess.
Go ahead. Something about this girl. It's not. God, it's not. Don't breathe. Fuck.
Kind of there, gamer guy. Kind of there.
Is this that fucking Better Watch Out, that Christmas movie or whatever?
No.
I don't know, man. The Strangers.
No.
Is it? Gosh, dude, I don't. Babysitter.
You got it.
Oh, okay. Woo! I saw it
3-0, baby.
I saw it once. I saw. Oh, that's that Eddie Furlong haircut and
Yep,
jawline, dude.
yep.
He is like a little Eddie, dude. I watched this movie one time. Yeah, I watched it on Netflix one time, but I pulled that out of my
Good
ass.
guess,
I'm not
man.
gonna
Good
lie.
guess.
I really pulled that out of my ass. Like I didn't remember what that fucking kid looked like. I remember Samara Weaving. That's like the only person, and I didn't even know who she was when I saw the movie. I like got to know her as an actress after.
Yep.
But you know, how do you feel about her? By the way, she's kind of like hot, but not hot. She's very basic,
cute,
but it's
cute. Yeah.
it's one of those things where you see her in movies enough, and you start like drinking the Kool-Aid. Like, okay, I've seen her enough. I've been exposed enough. But like, I remember when I first saw her, I'm like, why is she an actress? Then you find out her dad's Hugo Weaving. Like, oh, okay, she's a nepo. But
she's
but,
like Taylor Swift, cute but not good. Great looking.
yeah, no, let's not speak her name.
Yeah,
But dude, I nailed it on that bootleg Eddie Furlong. He's even got the crooked Eddie smile, dude.
Look at that.
Yeah, man. Eddie wishes he looked like this still. Eddie wishes he could like drink.
Hey, let's not talk about Eddie's weight. Come on.
Eddie wishes he could drink this kid's blood at like the Fountain of Youth, dude, and gain it back.
His adrenochrome or whatever.
I don't know, but
adrenochrome.
Awesome. All right. So who got this? Anybody get this?
No.
Okay, so at least
Blaine's never seen it. Gamer guy thought it said it looked like a horror / drama, more of a comedy.
Horror comedy, yeah. Cool. All right, so I'll take it. That was decent. So let's just kind of roll into. I feel like we already did Choose Your Destiny today, but what's the Choose Your Destiny to cap the show off?
Oh, God, I don't even remember what it was. Let me pull it up.
I feel like this episode is going to be entitled Exorcist versus. I feel like that's what we talked about mostly.
It is a versus a movie.
Okay.
And it is a sports versus movie.
Oh no. Okay. Angels in the Outfield, easy. This isn't even a fucking contest between Rookie of the Year. Why do you put Little Big League in here?
Little Big League's the weakest out of all of them, man.
Well, I think Little Big League versus Rookie of the Year would have been the better pair up, just because this isn't even a contest. Like, I don't really love Rookie of the Year. I don't really care for it. Because I didn't grow.
I liked Rookie of the Year better than Angels in the Outfield.
See, I didn't grow up with Rookie of the Year. I saw the fucking trailers. Pitcher's got a big butt. You know, I know it's got like Daniel Stern. And
hilarious.
It's got Gary Busey. Daniel Stern directed it.
Yeah.
And I know it's got Gary Busey as the weird fucking guy hitting on the mom, like the romantic lead. That's odd. He's got
Chet Stepman.
He's got a weird fucking mustache that looks like I wouldn't trust him around my kid. That's for sure. But for me, I also grew up with Angels in the Outfield. I've been watching Angels in the Outfield since the 90s. So that has that edge. But so for me all day long, dude. And they both have really good supporting casts. Angels in the Outfield's got a great cast. You got Tony Danza. You know, you got JP. I could never get about JP. JP's coming too. I love Murtaugh, dude.
Danny Glover, yeah.
Danny Glover. It's got Matthew McConaughey in an early role.
Yeah.
How did I do that, Coach? He's and the only time Tony Danza is gonna have top build higher than Matthew McConaughey was like this is the last time in this movie.
See,
But
I actually like Rookie of the Year better. I thought it's more funny, I think, and I love
this
Daniel
had
Stern
this
in the
had
movie.
this had Dolmart Maroney say when the Angels win the pennant.
Yeah,
It's obviously got a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt pre Third Rock from the Sun. It also has Maggie, who's played by the Bird Lady. Gosh,
Bird Lady. Yeah,
what is her freaking name? I feel bad.
nobody knows her name.
She's an Oscar winner. No, yeah, she's an Oscar winner. Hold on.
Didn't she win like The Voice or something too? Didn't she sing something? What's her name?
No, that is not Susan Boyle, dude.
Susan. Oh, I thought
Yeah,
that was
that's
Susan Boyle.
I feel bad. Brenda Fricker. I don't know why I forgot her name. I just had a moment. But no, Brenda Fricker. She won an Oscar for my left foot. That's why she got with that movie with Daniel Day-Lewis. That's why she got hired to be in Home Alone 2 because she was fresh off the Oscar win. So she got cast in Home Alone 2, and this came a couple years later. But yeah, man, they both have really good ensemble casts. But yeah, for me, it's just really not even a question.
See, and for me, I'm a complete opposite because I like Rookie of the Year better. So
yeah, I don't know, and
I saw Rookie of the Year in theaters, man, when I was a kid, and
yeah, I get it,
I loved it.
I think this one gets me more. I think Angels in the Outfield has a remake too. By the way,
holds your heartstrings. Angels in the Outfield does.
Yeah, it's about the kid that just wants his dad back. He's living in like a foster home, and he sees his dad, and he's like, when are you gonna take me back or whatever? And he doesn't understand sarcasm, right? And his dad just smoking a cigarette. He doesn't have his shit together. I'd say when the Angels win the pennant, and he's just basically saying when pigs fly. So he makes this prayer or whatever, like let the Angels win, and and it's great. God works in mysterious ways. So he's doing this not to be cruel because his dad didn't mean it, but to put him in the path of the coach, right, Danny Glover, and he gets adopted. And I just like this movie better. I don't know. Look at the expressive acting on Ghost of Levitt's face. He stands up when Mel Clark doesn't have no more juice in him left, and he gets up, and he's like, and he starts like it's like the equivalent of the slow clap, and everybody's doing it, and he's like, and the kid sees an angel with you right now. The kid sees an angel, yeah.
And he also said you're gonna die of cancer here in 2 years.
Oh,
remember that, dude?
Yeah.
He's like, Mel's not going to last very much longer. Christopher Lloyd is saying that.
They just throw that. Oh yeah, Christopher Lloyd's in this damn movie. It's just a stacked. It's a more stacked cast.
It is a stacked cast, but
and yeah, and it's like, why'd you have to do that to me, Christopher Lloyd? Was it important to say this? I get it. It's just supposed to make you feel a little more for him. Like, give him this moment. Let him redeem himself before he dies. Jeez,
he's been smoking for years.
he's been smoking for years. That's what he says. Like,
we're always watching.
Smoke it. There you go. It's a good. That's a good way to incorporate.
It's a good message for a movie, but it's not. It's just fun when you're a kid. I don't think as Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Blaine says Angels all day. We got Christopher Lloyd and Young Levitt. Yeah, I'm with you, Blaine. I just
come on, Blaine.
I think you could almost do like
they're both great movies, by the way.
Well, you can't really throw like Major League in here because it's an adult movie. It's a little bit different. Major League 1 versus 2 would be fun because I'm going to go with Major League 1 all day long. But
I think every kid that played baseball used to pretend he was Rookie of the Year, dude, with his broken arm, or he just flicks his wrist, dude.
So Angels in the Outfield is a remake. There was an old Disney movie, black and white, back in the day. And I would almost say that Rookie of the Year is kind of like a remake of this old movie called Ruby's Bump, a loose remake. And this is the movie fun fact that Stallone says made him want to get into movies. He's like, he said the first movie he saw and he fell in love with, he's like, I saw this movie called Ruby's Bump when I was a little kid, and a kid gets hit, and all of a sudden he's got like a fucking arm, like it's a similar type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a good one. I'll take it. I'm all about I've been wanting to watch Angels in the Outfield for years, and they never even put this movie's not on Disney Plus.
Why don't they come? Why don't they come out with like Disney come out with some sort of special editions for these movies, man? I don't get it on
Because
physical media.
they don't give a shit about those 90s kids in the 90s. This is the 90s live action Disney was the chef's kiss era. This
They
is
could
when
be
they
making so much money right now off of that
like
shit.
uh, Mighty Ducks box set win,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Heavyweights collector's edition win.
yeah,
Get on it, Criterion, right?
yeah.
If Criterion put out Wall-E
Exactly.
from Disney, you better put out Heavyweights. I think Mighty Ducks
Yeah,
totally deserves to be on that, at least the first one. And
all
then
three.
I think all three as well, right? Coach
You got
Pompey said you
Little
were the heart of the team.
Giants. I mean, you got tons of sports movies that are
Well,
fantastic.
Little Giants isn't Disney, but Little Giants is classic too.
Is that not Disney?
Pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty
I
sure
thought that
it's.
was Disney.
Let me just double check. Little Giants. Yeah, Little Giants is Warner Brothers. Amblin. Thought
Okay.
so. Yeah, I knew it. Fumble Yeah,
Yeah.
this was just the era of those live action family movies. So you had the ones Disney was doing, and then you had like Warner Brothers keeping up with the Joneses with like Little Giants and stuff like that. And they just kind of got out of that as soon as movies like, as soon as like CG and Toy Stories and stuff took
Which
off, and
stupid.
the Pixar stuff really started taking over. Disney put all of their fucking cards on the table into that, and
I
they
wish I
don't-
could take my boys to some of these movies, like if they still pump these out, man. Oh, I'd love it, man.
Little Air Bud. Then,
Yeah.
then you get like 10 years worth of straight to video Air Bud spinoffs like Air Buddies
Yeah.
and then you get Spooky Buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this is in the 90s. You had sport movies for kids and on people of all ages, but you also had the animal movies. Then they had the ultimate like dick touching thing where they put the animals in the sports movies, like MVP, Most Valuable Primate, and I already said like Air Bud and stuff like that. It was just a recipe for just great things. Blaine, his daughter loves Sandlot. Yeah,
That's a great movie. Yeah. I was thinking about did you see The Air Up There? Remember that movie?
yeah, but I never seen it.
You see, I like Operation Dumbo Drop. They had like all these weird movies that I
Not a fan of
enjoyed.
Operation Dumbo Drop. Not
Ray Liotta, dude, come on.
Yeah, I'm not really big into that. I saw it once as an adult, and I in one out. It's in
Big
and out
Green?
the other. Big Green's not very good. I've seen that a couple. I actually rewatched that as an adult. I'm like, wow, this movie's not that good. It really isn't.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Terminators. Oh, I'll be back, and all those fucking like generic, like bootleg Terminators on their motorcycles.
Little Rascals is still funny.
I like the '90s Little Rascals. That is so
Yeah.
fun. And it's a really funny movie.
My wife and I watch that all the time.
It's a really funny movie. It's a really good remake of an old property that does it right. They were good at that in the '90s. Same thing with Addams Family, taking an old TV show and making a great. Honestly, I think the movies are better than the show.
I agree.
Those Barry Sonnenfeld movies,
Yeah.
and I love and that's one of the rare instances where the sequel's even better. Dude, Addams Family Values is so damn funny. I die laughing at that damn movie. I was like, I love that tirade that Raul Julia goes on at the police station in front of Nathan Lane. Like, I see justice denied. He's like going crazy, and he's like, I have seen all of it. I have seen everything. He's like, but until this day, I had not seen you. And then Nathan Lane's like, book him, cook him, and then he's got the look on his face, and they put him in the slammer. Dude, it's so funny, and the performances are just, they're Oscar worthy. They really are. Like I think Raul Julia as Gomez Addams is like the best performance of all time. He's so good. He's so electric, and Christopher Lloyd is so funny as Fester. I love it, dude. Remember, he's like, give me a kiss, give me a 20, and he's actually going. It's so funny.
You had White Fang was good. I mean, of course, Hocus Pocus, Homeward Bound.
Remember
Jesus
Iron Will?
fantastic.
Remember Iron Will?
Iron Will.
Wasn't Kevin Spacey in Iron Will?
I don't remember.
I'm
Cool
pretty sure-
Runnings.
Cool Runnings is awesome.
Yeah. The Muppets movies are great.
Can't believe Jamaica got a bobsled team. Got the one Doris, the one Sanka, the one Yul Brenner, the one Junior. I'm gonna look up Iron Will movie. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So
Sorry, Kevin Spacey was in this movie.
okay.
Gosh, I bet you this is not on Disney Plus. Like for some reason they just have like a lot of these awesome movies that would speak to my generation that just don't want to. I don't know. They want to charge $1 million for that subscription service, but not put anything good on it.
Well, to see these Disney movies got kids into sports. Like I watched all the Mighty Ducks movies. I loved hockey.
Mighty
I
Ducks
played
was
roller hockey all the time, dude. It was so much fun.
Mighty Ducks was the king salami of all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
That's it had sequels. None of these other movies had sequels. The Mighty Ducks was a legit franchise. It popularized the Ducks team, and everybody was wearing the puffer jackets. The Mighty Ducks puffer. None of us lived in fucking Anaheim, dude. We were like in the Midwest rocking Mighty Ducks puffer jackets and the purple and the green because we love the movies. You know, and it's just it was, and it spawned an ABC morning cartoon, Mighty Ducks, where they're actual ducks, you know. But it was just it was a huge thing.
great time, man. First Kid, you had Jungle, you had everything.
First Kid, dude. First Kid, ahead of its time, about a weird, creepy guy chatting with the president's son, pretending to be a girl his age, and it was like the disgruntled ex like security guard of the kid, right? The redhead guy. He like meets him in the mall. He's like pretending to be like,
we watched that down there with you, didn't we? We
were watching House Guest.
Oh, House Guest.
House Guest is a much better movie. First Kid's just okay. I don't think First Kid's like great. It's okay, but House Guest. Yeah.
That's so cringe, dude.
I love it. House Guest is so fun. I love when he's showing those slides, dude. Oh, that's a meal. Like, get my book outside. There's a copy of the free tickets to the Pearl Jam concert inside every copy of my book.
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, Richie Rich Blaine. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, so great convo starter with Choose Your Destiny. I think that's where we got to call it. This is a really fun stream, man. I really dug it.
Yeah.
Let us know if there's anything in particular you guys want to talk about next week. Feel free to come to the table with stuff, man. Like I said, we're streaming every Wednesday at 8 p.m. CST. And I'm going to say it one more time just to pitch us. We are a homegrown grassroots movement at this point. If you like it, if you stop by and you saw us, give us a like, leave a comment, help us out with the interaction algorithm, and follow us. I also want to say Video Rot also has a clips channel. We're trying to circumvent, right, a little bit of this shadow banning I feel we have going on here. We started a clip channel. I think we'll definitely you know what? I'll put this in the chat for everybody. Why not? Since I got you, and then I'm gonna link it in the video as well when the video goes out for everybody. I'm not gonna bother. I don't have the link on me. Oh well. But yeah, dude, follow if you guys haven't already. Please follow the Video Rot clips channel and.
The link back to the videos too, where the clips were actually found. So
yeah, of course. And also, if you want to support us any further on top of that, we do have a Patreon. $2 a month, man, can help us go a long way. And we have a Spring. I always want to say Teespring, but they changed it to Spring. Check out the links below. Buy a T-shirt if you guys want to support. We don't have any Video Rot merch out yet. I think we need to get a Video Rot shirt.
We do.
What's that? I just need to get an image. I mean, I can make the shirt, or if you just get me an image that works. I mean, we could put the Corey Feldman. I think we're covering enough of Corey Feldman's real face to justify putting it on.
We were talking about something last show. I need to look back and see what we were talking about.
Oh, it's the shirt I've been wanting for like 2 years. I want VHS positive. No, nobody here would wear a VHS positive.
That could be an option for you. I can't walk around with a VHS positive shirt.
It's not for us, but some people will. I think it's brilliant.
Dude, I'd get one of my shirts, but
dude,
I don't know.
I do have our own shirts, but dude, I don't know. I'd wear VHS positive. Can you imagine, dude? Put a VHS positive bumper sticker on your car, dude. It makes people do a double take. Like what?
Walking to my in-laws' house with a VHS positive shirt on. No.
Then all you single cats out there can like take Tinder photos with your VHS positive, and people will do a double take. Like what? And like most people are probably swiping so fast they're not really doing the double take. They're just like, oh, grow. But anyway, I think it's a great idea. But anyway, all that stuff is down below for you guys to entertain. Thank you as always. I'm not a crook. We'll check you guys out next week. Bye.
See ya.